Hi guys, so today is 3rd of September already. It's 12:06 a.m. in the morning right now. I'm recording and really sorry that I couldn't record on the day itself, 1st of September. But I was busy with some things, some commitments. So the September release obviously has been released on the 1st itself. I'm yet to upload on OSDN, but as per the schedule, all of the ISOs have been released on SourceForge, and you can see that a lot of tabs are open here, so we'll go through each of them one by one. But yeah, bspwm is out, and it's actually been some time since I've uploaded here on YouTube, and that's because I've been busy with a lot of things with respect to Arch Linux GUI itself. A lot of you are requesting a lot of window managers, and one long awaited window manager was bspwm. That is finally out, and I think DWM and let's say Xmonad is one of the window managers that is requested. I'm working on DWM. Also, I released Qtile in beta ISOs, and it had one big flaw that post installation the user would get stuck in a login loop in LightDM. So I'm yet to check out with SDDM and other display managers, but Qtile is being delayed because of that. Otherwise, Qtile would be out too. So hopefully I can fix that, and it will get released with DWM next month. So that's why there wasn't a video since long in this month in this channel. What I also plan to do is basically try my best to release a video from today onwards, maybe till, let's say, the end of this month. That's my goal. So sorry for that. Videos will come on this channel. Subscribe if you haven't. And so Plasma, Gnome, XFC, Cinnamon, Mate, i3 and bspwm. Also, i3 edition has gone through a complete revamp, which means that the whole look and feel of i3 edition is different. I'll be doing separate videos on i3 and bspwm and also all of these 5 desktops as well. A lot of people for the past 2 to 3 months have been asking me how to install i3 edition, and does it even come with a graphical installer? So obviously yes, it comes with a graphical installer, but the problem was that the program launcher that was being used was dmenu, and dmenu cannot handle .desktop files. So just like how you'd search for the installer in desktop environments, you wouldn't be able to do that with dmenu in i3. So I replaced dmenu with Rofi, and now you can always go ahead and search for install Arch Linux mod shift D. That's the key binding. So whether you're using i3 or bspwm, don't worry about that. I'll show you all in a video. I'll make separate videos on i3 and bspwm, and also on all of these 5 desktops. So like always, you can go ahead and download from SourceForge. I will be uploading in a day or two as time permits on OSDN as well. Sorry for that, but right now I'm just a bit busy with a lot of other tasks. So OSDN, uploading on OSDN is not possible for me right now, but on SourceForge it's already there since the 1st. Alright, so all of the editions, we have 12 editions right now, and 10 of them are desktops, 2 of them are window managers. Window managers will not have themed or pure editions, because if I do something like i3 pure or a bspwm pure, new users would typically get overwhelmed, because you whenever you install a window manager, you typically end up in a black screen, and then you don't usually know what to do. So that's why I have some basic setup done for you already with window managers, so that you can get started and build upon what I provide. So that's the reason why there is no themed or pure edition concept when it comes to window managers. Window managers always get just one edition, and my goal with window managers is not to spoon feed you with all of the themes and settings and key bindings and everything. I just provide you with a base setup, and I make sure that you don't end up in a black screen, and some of the things that you typically want, things like Rofi, Polybar, a lock screen and stuff like that, all of that is pre-configured, and not pre-configured in the sense that you get everything like spoon fed to you. I have set the basic things for you up, and then you have to build upon that. So that's my goal with window managers. And also in future, what I'm planning to do personally is basically merge these pure and theme editions, because it's really pain in the back to maintain so many editions. So you will still get a pure and theme, but you can select that in the installer itself. I'm working on that. When will this come out? I'm not really sure, but I'll notify you obviously here on YouTube. So let's go through the README. This is Markdown, so it has been revamped. All right. So yeah, you can click on here on download. This is because I've also updated this README on the GitHub. So this download will basically lead you to this page. Some statistics, license, and maintained. Obviously, it is. My goal with this project is to help you install Vanilla Arch Linux. This is how the installer looks like. This is the bspwm edition, by the way. Just a quick look. And apart from helping you install Vanilla Arch Linux with a GUI, also to get you started as soon as possible. So you have options. If you want a stock desktop, go with the pure editions. If you want that, hey, I want to use Arch Linux, but also I want some of the things set up, basic things set up, then you can always go with the themed editions. 12 editions, like I said, come with a graphical installer. So I'm saying it again, both i3 and bspwm editions come with a graphical installer. This is pretty much how it looks like, and they support encryption. And then all of these 12 editions are divided into three types of ISOs: themed editions, which is desktops, Plasma, Gnome, Cinnamon, XFCE, and Mate; and pure editions, which is stock desktop, Plasma, Gnome, again Cinnamon, XFCE, Mate; and window managers, you get i3 and bspwm at the moment. Like I said, DWM is I'm working on DWM, and Qtile once the login loop thing is solved, and I have been requested Xmonad, so I'll take a look into that once I'm done with making DWM. So 12 editions right now. Themed editions, the user level is beginner. I mean, this is just for someone who is completely new to the project, but you can choose any of the ISOs as you wish. There's no restriction as such, but it's just that I want to tell you that, hey, themed editions is for the beginners. You're new to Linux, you don't know anything about Linux, you've never used distributions like Manjaro or Ubuntu or Fedora for that matter. You just come in, you see Arch Linux as a GUI installer. Obviously, this is not official, right? This is something that I brought to you guys and to help you install Vanilla Arch Linux. So you just want to get started with Linux, and you say, why not give Arch Linux a shot? So this is what you typically want to use. These are the themed editions: Plasma, Gnome, Mate, Cinnamon, XFCE. All right. They don't have pure in their name. And then the second type is, this is how they typically look. This is the screenshot of XFCE themed edition. What do they come with? They come with your browser, Office Suite with Microsoft Fonts, Media Player, AUR helper, which is Paru, as well as base level Linux headers and pacman contrib, because without them you won't be able to build the packages. Anyway, you get Media Player, and then you get printing support and Bluetooth with GUIs, and then basic system utilities. So this is very good for people who just want to get started immediately. And obviously, I've stated here beginner, but you can be an experienced user, want to come to Arch, and you want to just get started. You don't want to like import some of your theme settings. You want something served on a plate. This is for you. Okay, themed editions. And then we have the second type, which is pure editions. User level is intermediate, because I like in this kind of ISOs, which is this one. Gnome Pure, Plasma Pure, Mate Pure, Cinnamon Pure, and XFCE Pure. These are basically stock desktops. So some level of Linux usage you should be familiar with, and it always helps if you have come from like Ubuntu or Xubuntu or any of its flavors, or Manjaro or Arco or some distribution. Like you have some knowledge of Linux, you have used Linux for like a month or two, and then you want to come to Arch, and this is what you can get. Also, this pure editions are useful if you want to import your themes and settings. Let's say you're using like Ubuntu Gnome, and then you want to switch to Arch. You have some themes and settings that you've done. You can import them here. So you can download the Gnome Pure Edition and then import your themes and settings. So that's how you can also use this edition. Now, since this is pure, there's no bloat, there's no extra software. So all of these things that you see here in the themed editions, they're not present here. So whether you want browser, what browser you want, I provide Firefox, for example, in the themed edition. You might want like Chromium, so you get the freedom and liberty. That's what I've written here, to choose all other software that I usually provide in the themed edition. You have the liberty to choose and install them. So there's no bloat here. There's like the basic minimum, this Arch Linux, and then you have your desktop environment on it. That's it. This is the pure edition. And window managers, like I said, we have i3 and bspwm right now. My goal with window managers to you is that basically I want to give you some foundation. I don't want you to get overwhelmed by looking at black screen. So where do I go from here? So I give you basic setup, and you read my config files, you read the you look at the system, and you know that how you can build upon. Then you can look at tutorials on YouTube, you can look at people's screenshot on Unix spawn, and then you can go ahead and build your own system, because window managers are things that are very personal, right? So I don't want to spoon feed you with like the whole setup. Everything is pre-configured for you. If you'd like something like that, a lot of distributions do that very well. But my goal here is just to set you up with the basic setup of window managers, and you build upon that. All right. So that's window managers. Release cycle, monthly rolling release, and the license is GPL3. I've provided that above, and we are hosted on SourceForge. All right. So that's that. I have also updated the website, so you can go ahead and see the website. A bit of UI changes have been there. So bspwm is here. We have all of these things that I talked about, and yeah, the website has changed a bit. So you can see the change log. I'll talk about this, but you can also go ahead and click on load more, and that will load all of the previous change logs that were there. So first things first, copy to RAM feature has been added on all of the editions, which means that whenever you plug in your bootable USB, once the system is completely booted, you can remove it, and then you can use the USB for some other good use, and the system is copied to RAM. So all the setup files are in the RAM, so you can go ahead with the installation. This is just like an additional feature. It's not something that you might really want, but then I added it because the main Arch Linux ISOs also come with copy to RAM feature now. Speech has been removed because it's really hard for me to maintain. So, and I'm not really sure how many people actually use the speech feature. Also, speech feature is really TTY oriented, which means that's only built for the command line installer. So it's really pain in the back to maintain it for graphical setup. So speech has been removed. Copy to RAM has come in place of speech. Like I said, I replaced D menu with Rofi in i3. So now you can search directly for install Arch Linux. Don't worry about this. I'll be making a video on that, how to get all of that set up, and how to read the config files, and how you can create your own key bindings and stuff like that. So that will be somewhere in this month. Bluetooth with GUIs has been tested, all right. And theming, yeah. So both i3 and bspwm come with dark theme. One really painful thing that a lot of users complained about was no booting on VLAN. Now, as much as the hype around VLAN, it is pretty problematic. So like you can't boot it on VirtualBox, and then some of the users complain that while they're sharing their screen on Google Meet, the screen was tearing. So now GDM boots GNOME on Zorg, and I intend this to go for like a few months. And then yeah, the installer has been updated for the copy to RAM thing. So when you come to download over here, you can see that the window manager editions are just going to lead you to i3 and bspwm, all right, and everything else will be added here. So you can always click learn more, and that will lead you here. GitHub has been updated. You can go ahead and see the code. This is the releases, and also it has a better readme now, which is basically what you saw over here. And if you come to GitHub, you can just directly go to the download link that will lead you to SourceForge, all right. So this is that. You can I'll make a separate video on how you can contribute code to the project. Go ahead and browse the whole code. I think this is the first time I'm actually openly showing you the GitHub, but this is it. Previously, as Nix has showed you on his channel, so this is pretty much it. All right. Yeah, YouTube. So like I said, I'll be making videos here on YouTube. All of the project links are here on the about page, which is youtube.com/c/demonkiller ALG. Actually, there's a more simplified URL. So you can just type in all in smalls demon killer ALG, and that will lead you to the same channel, which is mine. Right, so this is this. Yeah, now I would like to give a shout out to this guy here, u/_Siam. He 3 months ago he made a post on Reddit about the project, so you can go ahead and see it. It's pretty nice. Thank you for doing this. Actually, the thing is that all of these projects are, I'm pretty much a one-man guy doing all of this apart from the website and the artwork. So building the ISO is all my work, and it really requires a lot of effort, time and energy, my own energy as well as the energy of the hardware that's being used. So the best thing you can do to support the channel is, share the word, let people know more about Arch Linux GUI. Anyone who wants to try out Arch Linux, tell them that, hey, there's a GUI installer that you can use to install Arch Linux, and I'm pretty sure they would love to try it out. Also, one way you can support the channel is by watching the ads on the YouTube videos. I know that some ads might not be so relevant to you, but that's one way of supporting me monetarily. And also I plan to do like a Patreon or donation page. It's up already, but then I didn't share it with you guys because it's not functional in the sense that but yeah, you see, the thing is, a lot of hardware is used to test out and build the ISOs, compile the ISOs, and then make the squash file system. So the hardware that I have is not so adequate, and it needs an upgrade, obviously. So right now what you can do is obviously watch these videos, watch the ads on the videos completely without skipping them, even though they are not relevant. Sorry for that, but it really helps me out. And also when I do set up, I've got a lot of requests that you guys want to donate, and it really, I would like to say thanks to all of you, and I will set the donations page up so that I'll do a separate video on that. So thanks to this guy who posted it on Reddit. Also, ALG has its own social media account here on Instagram. Nothing really serious here. It's just me posting about, hey, this is going on, that is going on. So if you're interested in that, you can just follow. I mean, there's nothing technical. LinkedIn page, it's again built by the web developer, this guy here. He said that it's good for promotion. So both of these he's handling. I'm not the guy behind it. Also, yeah, this is the Patreon thing. Yeah. So like I talked about the donations, this is Buy Me a Coffee. I have set it up, but it's not functional yet, and this is Patreon. So I'll have to adjust all of this. I'm not really sure how to do it, but I'll do it anyway. And once they're up, I'll share it with you guys. So that's that. And finally, I came across this post which is 6 months old, and that is it true that Arch has a GUI installer? So yes, Arch has a GUI installer. It's not officially, should I say supported? It's not official from Arch Linux, but it's a project that helps you install official Arch Linux on your computer with a GUI, right? And someone says that I think it's against the Arch philosophy. Is it? I mean, my goal is to bring you Arch to the masses, right? So Arch needs an installer, maybe a GUI installer, which now exists, and that's my project, obviously. And there isn't any like negation from the Arch Linux team. So all of these theories that I think it's against the Arch philosophy, I don't think so. It's just that the team doesn't want, the official Arch Linux teams doesn't want to provide a graphical installer, but they're not stopping anyone from creating a graphical installer for them, because then I don't think many of the distributions would exist. So they just probably might not want to create a GUI installer by themselves, but I don't think they have a problem with someone doing it, because in the end it's Arch Linux that benefits. Now we have got like 25,000 downloads. 25,000 people have actually benefited from this project. Let's say like 20,000 considering duplicates, but yeah, people do benefit, and Arch Linux benefits from it. A lot of people come to Arch, so I don't think that the core team has any issues. And yeah, Arch has a GUI installer. It's not just officially announced by the team, or it's not a official Arch Linux project, but that project is mine, Demon Killer. So that's about it. We are rolling since, I think, when are we rolling since? January 9th. So it's been some, I think, 8 months or something, right? 8-9 months already. So I wouldn't say 8 months, because we've just started September. So there is a GUI installer for Arch since 8 months, and you guys enjoy it. I like to read your comments, and yeah, support on Discord, please. If you message me anywhere else, YouTube is also fine, but I would prefer Discord. All right, so I have also updated it here under support. So Discord, that's it. So that's pretty much it. I'll be updating this video tomorrow about the Arch Linux GUI project, because when I made this video, we only had GNOME and Plasma, but now we have 5 desktops and 2 window managers, and I think this video needs an update. So that's pretty much about it. The September release is here on SourceForge. Enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and I will try to post as many videos on YouTube here as possible, and also update the tutorials page as I upload videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.